Good evening, Otherworldlies. This is Queen Juliana, your Dark Mask Diva. Okay, there's a lot of this going around on the internet. Okay, I'm reading a bunch of this on the different sites that I'm on, and this is about breakups of friendships, but mostly breakups of relationships, where somebody feels like they didn't do anything that's really that bad, but they got broken up with. Like maybe they talked to somebody about something that was bothering them, they didn't think it was any big deal, and then boom, they gotten broken up with. So they're coming to me and asking me, how can I get this person to take me back? They're like, I said something that was bothering me, I didn't think it was any big deal, and now this person is just refusing to talk to me about it. They broke up with me and they're just trying to block me, delete me, basically ghost me, and they don't want to work it out. They're just kind of like they just want to give up on the relationship. And what I talked to them about, I really didn't think it was really that bad. Okay, here's the thing. When something really isn't that big of a deal, they wanted to break up with you anyway. When somebody is ending the friendship over something that wasn't that big of a deal, when you know it wasn't that big of a slight or whatever, they were trying to end the friendship, they were trying to end the relationship anyway. Okay, they were just looking for an excuse. Okay, and you're thinking, I didn't do anything that was that bad. Okay, here's what was going on. Okay, there were probably a series of small things going on that you were not paying attention to. Okay, that they were either too scared to talk to you about, or something else was bothering them. Okay, maybe they were trying to bring it to your attention, or maybe they were trying to end the friendship or relationship for a really long time. Alright, and it was on their mind, and either you kept doing them favors, or you kept doing their family favors, you kept making yourself indispensable, okay, or you kept the relationship together and they kept trying to pull away from you, or they kept trying to bring problems to your attention and you would not take heed when they tried to bring the problem to your attention. Okay, you weren't taking it seriously when they were trying to talk to you about something that was truly bothering them. All right, so it just got to the point where they realized that they could not reason with you, or something that is just bothering them and they realize they just could no longer have you in their life. It might be something that really doesn't have anything to do with you, but they realize they just can't have you in their life anymore, for whatever reason. Okay, and so they realize that they need to just not have you in their life anymore. So they use that one little thing as like an excuse. Okay, so they're not going to take you back. They use that one last thing was the final straw or the final excuse. Okay, you don't write to me and ask me how to get them back. They're using that as an excuse to let you go. Okay, you can. It's not worth talking to them about, because they may have tried to talk to you about it earlier and you wouldn't listen. Okay, it's not worth trying to rehash, trying to figure out how it went wrong, because they don't want to take you back. Okay, if there was any chance they would take you back, they would talk to you about it. Okay, this is a person that you need to learn to let go of right now, and it's really sad. You've been doing something that's been bothering them for a long time. Okay, and chances are they could have done something to offend you on purpose, so you did something to them, so they had an excuse to cut you off. Okay, here's one thing that happened. This girl talked to this guy about his hygiene. All right, he could have let his hygiene go for a little while until his hygiene was offensive, so she had to talk to him about it, and he pretended to be offended by that so he could end the relationship. Okay, because most people don't like to let their hygiene go. Most people don't like to be nasty. It's like triple digits around here. It's like late July in Sacramento, California, triple digits. We have to take a bath every day around here, sometimes twice a day. It gets real nasty around here. Okay, so this guy could have let his hygiene go for a few days just to make her say something about it. Okay, so, and she said, all I did was talk to him about his hygiene and he broke up with me. Okay, a lot of people get their feelings hurt over stuff like that, but if you talk to someone about their hygiene and they don't realize they smell that bad or whatever, they're like, oh, I'm really sorry, let me go take a shower or whatever. Okay, I mean, most people don't want to smell bad, most people just need to put on some deodorant or something like that. Okay, but they won't take it that bad. They, maybe they didn't realize, something was going wrong. I mean, I've dated smokers, and I'm like, if you keep dating me, you're going to need to carry some mouthwash around, or you're going to need to quit. I mean, I'm not going to kiss you with breath like that. That's nasty. So I was real upfront about stuff like that. Because that's, if you're a non-smoker and you're dating a smoker, you don't want to kiss that person after they've had a cigarette. Just take my word for it. Okay, so smokers, beware. Your non-smoker is not going to want to kiss you after you've had a cigarette. That's just a fact. Okay, so you have to just be open with people and say, that's just unpleasant for me. So you have to be realistic if you're grossing somebody out. So the smoker was just like, kind of like, oh, I didn't realize it was that gross for you. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Cigarette breath is nasty for people that do not smoke. So, and after that, it was just kind of like, I really don't want to go out with anybody who smokes because I don't. I mean, it's just, smokers don't realize how gross it is for people that don't smoke because they're so used to it. They become desensitized to it, right? Like anybody with a bad habit, they don't realize how gross their habits are to other people, right? So, anyway, I think that guy might have let his hygiene go for a few days to offend her so she'd say something so he can use that as an excuse. Like some people will bait somebody into saying something so they have an excuse to, quote unquote, get mad. I think that's what the guy did, honestly. Because she's upset about it, I said he was looking for an excuse to break up with you. Chances are there might be another person in the picture, or he was looking for an excuse to break up with you for whatever reason. Do not try to get this guy back. Okay? He's looking for an excuse to break up, or maybe just temporarily so he can mess around on you with somebody else. Okay? That's one reason people will pick a fight, is so, or go on a break, okay, or temporarily break up with you or something like that because they want to mess around with another person. Okay, that's another reason why people do that. But if you're going to fall for it, just please be smarter than that. All right, I really just think that was just an excuse. Also, if somebody wants to believe a lie about you, if they were not liking you that whole time. Okay, if someone, they seemed cool or whatever, and all of a sudden they're ready to believe a lie about you, they never liked you in the first place. If somebody stops being your friend all of a sudden, they didn't want to be your friend in the first place. Okay, they're just looking for an excuse to get away from you. You've been offending them this whole time. Okay, you've done something to them and you weren't paying attention when they told you what you're doing was bothering them, and you finally just did something and that was the last straw. Okay, so that goes for relationships and friendships. If you're not paying attention when someone says something that you're doing bothers them, you really should pay attention. So, but some people blindside you with this. Some people, they have their eye on somebody else, or they're just done being in the relationship with you. They simply feel that you're an incompatible match, and they don't know how to tell you they want out of the relationship, so they pull a fast one like that. So I'm sorry to tell you that's what he did, you hun. So I hope everybody has a beautiful evening and a blessed evening, and I will see you in the next content. Bye bye.